Tonight on That's Dark.
Bloody Mary, believed to be the ghost of a wronged woman who can be summoned by chanting her name in a mirror. Is she just a myth? Or is she real, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the next person to chant her name? You decide. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
It's Alyssa.
And Bloody Mary. No, Heather.
Oh, we have a special guest joining us today.
Bloody Mary.
Heather's right next to the mirror, so if she appears, lucky you. Well, I guess I am too, kind of.
I'm a little closer. Like, she could probably reach out and just grab me in.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
Gone.
That would not be too fun. So, obviously, that's what our little myth for this episode is going to be. But first...
Oh!
Chat! Heather finally saw Deadpool.
Oh my god, it was so good! When I tell you, I had no idea Gambit was in it.
That's why I didn't say anything when you kept talking about him. I was like, oh, just wait. Oh, just wait.
All of a sudden I heard him go, whoo! That was like,
ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
I'm grabbing my boobs right now. I'm like...
The way that's all I've been saying.
I was like... Like in the theater, I was like had a moment. I was like, I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment. That's the man I was going to marry.
Yep.
I will tell you right now, I love Wolverine. Mm-hmm. I've never not loved Wolverine, but I've never had the hots for him until that fucking movie.
His abs, man.
I don't even care about abs.
I don't either.
But holy shit.
That's my favorite thing on TikTok right now is people being like, this man has me wanting a man with muscles so bad when that's not even what I like. It's so true.
I mean, my God.
It's so true. I don't want, and in real life, like, would I want an alcoholic man who just fights and is so angry? No.
I thought you just said, would I want an alcoholic?
No. Would I? And the answer is no.
But he's so
it's Wolverine though. It's okay for him.
Logan.
Yes. It's Logan.
Daddy Logan.
That's actually was supposed to be Bear's name was Wolverine, but his ex-papa would not allow that name to happen.
Jelly?
No, he just said that doesn't sound right, which he's not wrong. Bear fits him really well.
Bear does.
And he's named from Lord of the Rings, from Baron, the guy who turns into a bear. So that kind of fits him better. But...
Okay, so unpopular opinion, and we'll get back to X-Men. I don't really like Lord of the Rings.
Me either. I like The Hobbit. Thank
God.
The Hobbit is good. I do not care for Lord of the Rings. It was so boring.
Yeah, I watched the movie. Mm-hmm. I have to agree. And I'm not even a big superhero movie fan. We talked about that last time. We won't go through it again. Has to be one of my all-time favorite movies I've ever seen.
Me too.
I will go see it again.
Yep.
And again.
Yep.
Easily.
Yep. I already said I'm buying it when it comes out, and I don't buy movies ever.
And I got you a poster.
I'm so excited. Oh my God. They could not have picked a better duo.
They're phenomenal.
There's no way that anything can top it. It's just so perfect. It's like the classic, like, grumpy person with, like, the overbearing, annoying. Yeah. Like, it's just so good. And I just, oh my God, I just love it so freaking much. But
I loved every part of it. I love when Wolverine gets up after.
Oh my God.
He has nice pull and he's like, a nice pull. He's like, could you at least stand up? He's like, I can't, paralyzed or whatever. But then Wolverine just
holds a dog
with dog pull and he's like, and they're all like, aww.
I love that he just holds the dog up and Headpool is just like, stop, you're fire.
I
know. Cute little puppy.
Aww. And they're all like, as he just walks along after nice pool.
It's just so good. It's so freaking good.
It was so good.
I
think weirdly enough, not my favorite part. The favorite thing that was said was when he went Torch when he was supposed to be, Captain America. He's like, flame on.
Oh my God, I freaking lost it. I screamed when I... It's so freaking funny.
I really rolled over to Liz.
Okay.
Like, flame on.
Did you know Chris Evans did not even want to play Captain America?
No.
Robert Downey Jr. didn't force him, but he was like, just do it.
I mean, everyone loves him as that, and he's iconic to them.
Yeah, but
I'm not an Avenger girl.
Me either. And Chris Evans clearly is not either. I think he's like appreciated playing him, but he has said so many times, like in interviews, that he's like not a self-righteous person.
No.
Like he likes to cuss, he likes to like be crazy, and so like playing him has been really difficult. So that's why at the very, very end credits, when he just goes off.
You could see the joy on his face, dude.
He's
like, like you could just see his joy of screwing this.
Oh
but
God.
He was. I originally saw Chris Evans in Not Another Teen Movie.
Was he in that?
He was the one with the banana in his butt.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. That is him. Where he turns. He was the main love interest, and he turns around. Remember, he's got like spray on his boobies. And on his other part.
God.
And then he turns around. He's got a banana stuck out. That's him.
Well, that's what he was saying. Like that's his kind of humor. So
And
he's been
that's so
stuck
right.
like playing Captain America. Which
Flame
like,
on.
do you know? I took a freaking BuzzFeed test to see which Marvel hero I am. Who do you think I am? Who the fuck do you think I am?
I don't know a lot of them. I do know them, but I can't produce them in my head right now. You are...
I'm not happy about it.
You are...
I got Captain America.
I wonder who I would get. Deadpool?
And Andrew goes, yeah, that sounds right. And I'm like... He's like, you're like the morality police. I'm like, okay, you're not wrong. But like... When I was reading out the description of it, I was like, well, shit, that is me. God damn it. God damn it. I don't want to be Captain America.
I wonder who I would be.
I'll have to send you the quiz.
Yeah, send it to me so I can know.
So, I mean...
Also, can we talk about Elektra?
Oh my God.
Spicy hot.
Dude, have you seen her workout that she did to play this role again?
Whoo! No, but give it to me, because man, that girl is...
I've never seen a workout like that in my life. Never seen a workout like that.
Like, I can't do it.
I can't. Like, I don't think even in my peak fitness could have done what she's been doing.
Holy shit.
It's insane.
It shows, because she
Oh
was
my God.
hot.
I'm going to say something really controversial.
Okay. Give it to me.
Everyone freaked the fuck out when Blade made his appearance. And I've never seen one Blade movie, and I didn't care.
I like Blade, but it was a 90s thing, right?
I'm just gonna say
I saw one Blade, first Blade, and it was a 90s thing. They have vampires, so I was excited.
I hate vampires.
I had this thing with vampires. I read Anne Rice. It was a 90s thing. Again, I think it's a 90s thing.
I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know who it was when he walked in. I'm like, who is that? And then I saw the memes and stuff like on TikTok and everything, and I was like, I know I probably pissed off a lot of people right now saying that. Sorry, but it's just not. He's not my thing.
I've only seen the number one, but again, it was very much like a 90s thing.
Yeah.
Like you saw it. That's what you did. Mm-hmm. And I did love vampires. I do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Well, it kind of makes me like slightly cringe, but
yeah,
it does. But it's like I like some of the. I should say I don't love vampires. I'm not like over here like but someone to bite me. Like I liked some of the movies, like Interview with a Vampire, excellent.
I feel like if I grew up with those movies, I probably would. But I grew up with Twilight.
Yeah, well,
okay, so that's my introduction.
Dude, that is
to
like
vampire.
the best movie to watch drunk with your friends and make fun of. It is the best. Say it. Hold on. Say it. Vampire.
I just can't. Like,
You're super fast. Oh, sorry.
Okay, just spit on me, thanks. Jeez. I just can't with it. I can't.
You named my daughter after Loch Ness Monster? Sorry, guys.
It's the most ridiculous movie. It's so good that it's so bad.
But it's
just like, oh my God.
That's the thing. It's so bad that it's the most hilarious.
That's what I meant. It's so
watch.
bad that it's so good.
I'm gonna flip that for you because I know what you're saying.
My head is just pounding. I'm tired.
I'm real
tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I'm tired, everybody. I'm so tired.
Oh God.
Wee.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself. So here's the other thing that I did have an issue. I'm glad that Channing Tatum got to play him.
Channing Tatum.
Like, I do, like, usually find him really cute in movies, but, like, at first I was, like, having to adjust my head for Gambit.
I know.
At first I was, like...
strange.
Like, my brain was, like, broken.
I will say.
But then he did do good.
He did a really good job. His fight scene was amazing, and obviously because he's, like, a dancer, like, he did that whole thing himself, which I thought was really cool. But I am not gonna lie, the first time I watched it, I just fucking cried of laughter every time I heard him talk, and I couldn't take him serious.
I know.
I just couldn't. And then when Deadpool was like, "Who is your dialect coach?" I was just like, "Oh, God, it's so good."
Ooh, I'm gonna make a name for myself.
But then after I saw it again, and then because before I saw that, I didn't know the whole lore of like how Channing Tatum, that's his favorite character as a kid. He was supposed to play him. He was supposed to get his own movie.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff. That's all I thought.
My name's Jeff.
I just only thought that, and I was like, oh no. But after I like knew the whole lore of it, and like I saw him again, and the fight scene was really good. I'm like, okay, if he got a movie, it would be really good. But I was happy to see Channing Tatum in it because I love him as an actor. I think he's hilarious.
I think he's great.
So,
I love him. I even watched Magic Mike. I didn't really get anything from it at all.
No,
but
I just like him. Yeah. And I grew up with Step Up. Oh my freaking God.
I watched it.
The way I wanted to dance like that, I could never. I thought, I was like, I'm going to do that. That's my path. It's not. It's not.
No. I'm going to dance like Step Up. When I was a
kid, I was like, yep. That's my journey.
What was that movie really fast? What was the movie with Julia? What was her name? And she's a ballerina, and then she meets the hip hop guy, and she puts together this whole thing for Juilliard.
Oh my God.
It was such a stupid routine too. At the end, it was like
What was that? I know what you're talking about.
I cannot remember it.
Shit.
Comment and let us know, guys, what movie that was.
Save the Last Dance? No.
Maybe.
Was it Save the Last Dance? I think it might be Save the Last Dance.
Okay, now I have to look it up.
I think that's what it was. Was it with Heath Ledger?
No.
No.
It was an African American man.
Oh, maybe I'm getting things mixed up.
Heath Ledger and her with 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, that's right. Man, I'm getting my movies really mixed up. I know people are probably just screaming at us between Biggie Smalls' last episode. Like,
you guys are fucking stupid. Stupid ass bitches.
Sorry, guys.
Why
Okay.
don't you understand your stuff before you say it? Well, listen,
we don't know.
This is my life.
This is what goes on.
I could know it 1 second and the next second have no idea who I was even thinking of before.
This was not planned out. This is just, we simply were trying to talk about Deadpool and then somehow ended up talking about...
That's what we do.
I mean, it makes sense.
That's what we do.
It makes sense. Channing Tatum was in Deadpool.
Why are we such good friends? Because we follow each other's
journeys. Yes, we sure do.
Through our brains.
We sure do. Oh, I will say, before we start, this will be really quick. We were watching a Sam and Colby video last episode about Goatman's Bridge. And just by me watching that, this is just a little trajectory into my brain for you guys. Watching a show about Goatman's Bridge, which led me to wonder about the Jersey Devil. Not the sports team, but the Jersey Devil, like in Jersey. Which then I found out that his weakness is iron, which then led me to be like, wait, iron it's a metal. Iron is in your blood. Is that the same thing? Is it different? It is the same thing, but it's a different compound. But then it made me realize, why don't we all go off metal detectors if there's iron in our blood?
Because it's not the same.
It's a different compound. But you can't. There are people that have high amounts of iron
and then they set off
a metal detector.
No way.
Yes. So I just wanted to put that out there, just so you know. By watching the Goatman's Bridge episode, it made me wonder why we don't set off metal detectors.
Literally in the middle of, like, me and her both started being like, what? Huh? And then we started like, I'm trying to look up stuff. She's looking up stuff. That's how it goes with us.
Yes.
But
okay.
Bloody Mary.
Let's get into the lore.
I'm not saying it a third time ever. I don't care if it's lore or myth. I'm never saying it 3 times.
It can be like a lot of times, I guess. Like there's some accounts where they say 3 times, 10 times, 13 times. Like it's all.
I'll never say it over 2.
And it seems like you really have to be in front of a mirror and like look at the mirror. Like look at the mirror.
I'm not gonna
looking at the mirror. Also, you have to believe.
Can't trick me.
You have to believe in it. And I'm sorry. Watch tonight. She just comes through my mirror as I'm sleeping. Please don't do that, Bloody Mary, if you're a thing. Okay, so the Bloody Mary. Oh, Bloody Mary.
The Blood of Mary. Hard. The Blood of Mary. Come over.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. This is my first coffee I've had today. I had a smoothie for my coffee this morning, which I freaking loved. And I had no headache or anything, but it is making me tired, I think. So that's why I can't really talk. All right. The Bloody Mary urban legend is a popular and eerie tale often recounted among children and teens, especially during sleepovers or in dark, quiet settings. According to the legend, if a person says Bloody Mary 3 times, or a varying number of times, such as 13, while looking into a mirror, the ghostly figure of a woman named Mary will appear in the mirror. She may either reveal herself as a vengeful spirit, scratch the person, or even pull them into the mirror. Please don't do that.
Oh, scratch them?
Yeah.
Like,
which I will say, because like when I was in elementary, that obviously like it is like a total like kid teen thing for sure. So when I was in elementary, like a group of us were doing it. I didn't do it, but I was in the bathroom when they turned the lights off and they were doing it, and girls came out with scratches. But I think
they scratch themselves?
Exactly. I think it's
so
just,
they could be like, ooh.
Right.
I mean, I do know spirits scratch.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
But I also know that prepubescent girls are stupid.
And they like attention.
Yes.
So
they do.
So yeah. The origins of Bloody Mary legend are somewhat murky, and several theories attempt to trace the roots. The first one is Mary the First of England. And when I was researching, I was like, this is what Heather was talking about.
Yes, you know me well.
So, also known as Mary Tudor or Bloody Mary, is often associated with the legend. Mary I was the daughter of Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. Her reign was marked by her attempts to restore Roman Catholicism in England, leading to the prosecution of Protestants. Approximately 300 Protestants were burned at the stakes during her reign, earning her the title Bloody Mary. I also want to emphasize the burning at the stakes, because that kind of comes in with one of the stories that I'm going to read, and also along with the color burgundy comes along in another story that I'm going to read at the end. And Mary, as far as I have seen, was known to wear dark reds. I even put a picture.
100%.
If you guys want to look it up, she was known for that color. So I'm just putting that in right now, just so you can keep that in your mind.
Also, just so you guys know, if you want to know who she is honestly all through all of King Henry VIII's wives' stories. If you listen, she is in there. Yes. So she was his daughter from his first wife.
Yes, I was going to say, go watch that one. So her connection to the legend is obviously her name, and the concept of a vengeful woman might have contributed to the legend. The title Bloody Mary was already in use before the mirror ritual became popular. Also, her historical reputation for cruelty might have blended with supernatural themes, creating a powerful narrative of a ghostly figure that embodies her historical persona's perceived vengefulness. Next, we have folklore and mythology.
Before we go on, do you want me to chime in for a second on her?
Yeah.
So, only because I know about her history. It's interesting they say that, because Mary didn't really become Bloody Mary till she took the throne, because she was so frightened of losing that hold on that throne that she absolutely would kill anything and everything that threatened to take her. That was the whole because if you watched her childhood, she had to watch literally woman after woman after woman either be displaced, killed.
Nothing good really happened.
Nothing good ever happened. So when she, all of a sudden, she's there, she's got the throne. Yeah, she went. And then also it was found out that she had cancer. So she was going through that as well when she was on the throne finally. And she was obsessed with having a child. Oh, yeah. But she was definitely very cruel when she got to the throne. But I have to say, like, I think it's because her life was shaped that way.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
Well, she's just look at what she saw.
Yep.
So, I mean, it makes sense. So the next is the folklore and mythology about mirrors and superstition. Ancient beliefs in many cultures, mirrors are considered to be portals to other realms or embodiments of spiritual power. For instance, the ancient Romans believed that mirrors could trap souls, and in some traditions, seeing one's reflection is believed to invite misfortune. Mirrors have long been associated with magic, divination, and supernatural. The idea of a spirit appearing in a mirror plays into these older beliefs, combining the fear of the unknown with the common human fascination with reflections. The mirror in the legend serves as a symbol of a gateway to the supernatural or to another dimension. The act of calling out Bloody Mary might be seen as an attempt to summon or communicate with the spirit residing in the mirror's realm. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Similar mirror-based legends exist in different cultures, which suggests that Bloody Mary legend might be a modern iteration of these older supernatural beliefs. I'm going to get into some of the other cultural beliefs once I finish with this last Bloody Mary theory. So the third one is American urban legends. The urban legend evolution. The modern version of Bloody Mary legend likely emerged in the late 20th century, especially among children and teens in the US. It has spread through the world through mouth, media, and popular culture. The specifics of the legend, how many times to say Bloody Mary, what she looks like, and what she does. They vary widely. This reflects how urban legends adopt to different contexts in the prefaces of storytellers. Media obviously had a huge influence. I don't know. Did you ever see the movie Urban Legend?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so good. Freaking loved it.
Love it.
But the legend gained further prominence with its inclusion of books, movies, and TV shows. Each portrayal added its own twist, reinforcing the perpetuating the myth. I feel like I'm not saying that right. Perpetuating. That's the word. The legend often serves as a rite of passage or a form of social bonding among teens, emphasizing its role in contemporary youth culture. The ritualistic aspect of the mirror and the reflections acts as a form of thrilling shared experiences. All right, so now that we got those kind of out of the way of what we think Bloody Mary could be or what it formed from.
My mind's blown for one reason. We'll discuss it when you're all done with it, because something you said, I was just like, holy shit.
I know.
Why didn't that dawn on me?
Yes.
Go on.
Yes.
Like that's...
So, like I said a little earlier, there's other cultural mirror-based beliefs. So I believe there's 7. Oh yeah, there's 7 of them. So the first one is a British one called the Mirror of Erased. It's from Harry Potter. And I know someone's going to be like, do your research. Look at how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Okay.
Roll eyes. Look at my eyes.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to roll my eyes at you. It's not you.
No, I know. All right. So J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series popularized the Mirror of Erased.
Can I see it? Just because
it's Erised. Erased. I'm saying, I feel like
Arised. I think it's
Arised. Which is a magical mirror that shows the deepest desire of a person's heart. While this is a fictional creation, it reflects how mirrors have been imagined as windows into deeper and often hidden truths. This portrayal emphasizes the idea that mirrors can reveal inner truths and desires, playing into broader themes of self-reflection and introspection. The second one is from Latin America, and can you guess who that might be? La Llorona. Who we just covered. I was going to say, that was good. We just covered her in the last episode, so if you have not seen that, go check it out.
Yes.
So La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, is a ghostly figure in Latin American folklore. According to the legend, she wanders near bodies of water, mourning her lost children. In some versions of this legend, mirrors are used in rituals to summon La Llorona or to communicate with her.
I didn't know that.
I know.
Why didn't I pick that
I
up?
don't know.
That's crazy.
That's what I know. I thought it was weird.
Yeah.
The idea is that mirrors can act as portals for spirits to cross into the physical world. I also wonder if, because water can also have a reflection, if maybe that has like some kind of tie. I was thinking that. I didn't, and nothing I read said that, but I wonder if, because there's a reflection when you look into water, maybe that is why she's always by water. Maybe it's kind of like a portal too.
That could be.
I don't know.
It could be.
So the third one is an Irish one.
Actually, water is known to be a portal, but go on. Sorry.
Well, yeah, that's what it kind of makes sense. Maybe that's why she pops up in all these different places. I don't know. So the third one is from Ireland, Heather's favorite, which is the...
We growl. No, I was kidding.
Just called the Dullahan.
Ooh.
The Dullahan is a headless horseman in Irish folklore who carries his head under one arm and is known to be the harbinger of death.
Headless horseman.
Yes,
Sleepy
I love.
Hollow.
Oh my god, I love Sleepy Hollow so
movie.
much. Some Irish tales suggest that mirrors can trap or reflect the presence of supernatural entities like the Dullahan, serving as a tool to either summon or ward off such beings. Which I believe that they can be both, because you can lock mirrors.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
The next one is from Japan, which is the Shinji legend. In Japanese folklore, particularly in the context of ghost stories and horror, mirrors are often linked to spirits and supernatural occurrences. One such tale involves a vengeful spirit that can be summoned by looking into a mirror. Mirrors in these stories are seen as ways to connect with or reveal the presence of spirits. The idea is that they can serve as a conduit between the physical world and the spirit realm.
Absolutely.
The fifth one is from Eastern Europe, called, and I'm gonna butcher this, I am sorry, the Vanyanoi. I'm sorry. It's Vodyanoy. So the Vanyanoi is a water spirit or demon in Slavic folklore, often depicted as an old man with a frog-like appearance. In some Slavic traditions, mirrors are believed to have the power to attract or repel such water spirits. The idea is that a mirror's reflective surface can either trap or repulse supernatural entities associated with water and wetlands. The sixth is from China, which is Mirror of the Dead.
This is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
In Chinese folklore, mirrors are sometimes associated with death and the afterlife. There's a belief that mirrors can attract or reflect spirits of the dead. Some Chinese traditions involve covering mirrors in the presence of death to prevent spirits from being trapped or summoned.
Victorian era?
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Go on.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, I've seen this before. Mirrors are also used in certain rituals to communicate with or appease spirits.
Huh?
And the last, which is the Black Mirror legend, which is it's a bunch of cultures. It's not just one particular. So the concept of a black mirror, or a mirror that is dark or opaque, often appears in various cultures, folklore, and superstitions. Black mirrors are thought to be particularly potent for scrying or divination, and they are believed to reveal hidden truths or summon spirits more readily than regular mirrors. And what's interesting is if you look behind you, Heather, I have one on the very bottom shelf.
You sure as hell do.
Yes, it's something that Kylie made for me years ago when I first got into like all my spiritualism stuff that I was doing, and I just thought it was like super cool and interesting. I've never used it for anything, but as you know, I love mirrors. Love me a mirror. So I have I don't know, there's something about them. I know they're supposed to be like,
I think mirrors are good and bad. I think that depends on how we can, I don't know. Once you get through that, we can discuss how that.
We can do that now because that's all the lore. The lore
that's amazing.
Is done.
That's amazing because I don't know why it ever did not dawn on me because through all my work with spirits. They 100% can use a mirror.
Yes.
110% they can use a mirror. You do not, and I stress this, and I don't care if you want to say it's bullshit, you do not want a mirror facing another mirror. Ever. Ever, ever. In fact, in the Lizzie Borden home, in their front room, they purposely have a mirror facing another mirror and then 2 more mirrors this way, because what does that create?
A portal.
A nice little portal for lots of activity.
It was the same at the Hunter Arms.
Yeah.
In that one room.
You're right. See?
Yep.
So don't ever do that.
No, I didn't have.
I don't know why it never dawned on me that these kids or teenagers that could have gifts or whatever else are staring in a mirror, a portal, and chanting. And what do spirits like to do? What do I always say, Alyssa, when people want to talk to their loved ones? What do I always say? You don't know.
You don't know who it could
you're
actually be
talking to. So a spirit could be like, oh yeah, we're going to do that. Come through and mess with people.
Yep.
Why the fuck did I never think of that before?
I personally think that you should not, this is going to be very, not really contradictive. I personally feel like you should leave the spirit realm alone. I don't think once a loved one is passed on, I think
if they want to visit you, great.
You'll have feelings, you'll know.
Yep. Don't seek them out.
Yeah, I think that's never a wise decision.
No.
And if you were to ask me, that's my personal decision.
Well, how do I feel when people ask me to connect
You
them?
hate it.
I don't want to.
No, because you never know. You never truly know who is on.
They could even have some of the right
about.
answers. But the thing is, when you have someone that's grieving or whatever else, it's very easy to believe what you're... And you guys, this is coming from me. I see spirits. Like, I know spirits are real. Ghosts are real, right? Like, they're all real. But I can tell you right now that it doesn't mean that they cannot appear or go on a board or say they're somebody that they're not. And so I always am super careful.
Yep.
I don't like it.
No.
And I'm sure there's people that are super connected and have that communication, and I'm not saying anything about that. That's fine. That's just a me thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to. But I absolutely know that some spirits can be tricksters.
Yep.
And they love to trick and they love to mess around with the living.
Absolutely.
And so that I just cannot believe I've never once thought about the fact that it's a mirror.
Yeah.
Which is a portal.
Right.
I don't care who you are. It's a portal. And I will shout that forever. You can lock them, and that's fine. Like, you can grid them and lock them, and it's a great thing.
Absolutely.
And it's not necessarily that just because you have a mirror in your house that a spirit's going to come through or anything like that. But, like, it is definitely a portal.
Right.
And then there's...
I think that there's something to be said, and this isn't entirely all just about mirrors, but I think it's in Asian culture, like feng shui. I think there's a reason why. I think there's a deeper reason for that. I truly do.
And you're going to tell me that these are a lot of cultures you just spoke of.
Yeah.
All have lore behind mirrors. And you're going to tell me that there's nothing with that. And let's talk about the Victorian era. Let's talk about when I did the axe murder.
Yep.
He
covered the mirrors.
All the mirrors, because they believed it would keep it would trap this, like the soul would get trapped here, and in the mirror itself, because they are portals. That is vastly interesting. I bet you it has worked before, but it is not Bloody Mary. Oh, well, it's not.
I was going to say
Mary the First.
Right. I think my theory personally is because I'm about to talk about some people's personal experiences with who they believe to be Bloody Mary. I personally do not believe there is a singular spirit who is Bloody Mary. I believe if people have encounters with who they believe to be Bloody Mary, that it's very possible to be a spirit, but it doesn't mean that it's Bloody Mary. I think spirits like to be tricksters. I think they like to be like, oh, they believe in this.
Yeah. Especially if it's a bunch of teenage girls or, whatever. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We know some of the ones we've met. Right. Not teenage girls. No. But like spirits.
Yeah, 100%.
They'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, whoa.
Right. So that's my thought, is I don't think that it's a singular spirit, just like La Llorona is not a singular
with
spirit.
Her, I think it's something different. I think it's a stamp. I mean, it could be sometimes spirits just messing around, but I almost feel like it's a representation of something. like something that maybe happened there, like I said, a stamp on the earth, something like a grief, or I don't know. It just, the way that it's presented with La Llorona, it's like something, it's always a weeping woman.
Yes.
And it just got turned into that. But with this, but I think it's very interesting that they go back to Mary the First. I think it's very interesting.
Well, in some of these stories I'm going to read, there's
let me read
few things that are kind of interesting about Mary the First. So let's get into, and these are from Reddit. So it's, what is this? It's from the subreddit Paranormal. All right. So what is this person's name? I don't see their name. I'm very sorry. I don't see your name here. Oh my God. I'll have to try to find it and put it in the description. Okay. She said, just wanted to share my experience here. I realized that Bloody Mary is a typical schoolyard legend perpetuated by dares and fears, but I had my own experience when I was younger. Me and my brother were desperate to have any kind of paranormal encounter, and we both figured Bloody Mary would be the easiest way to do so. We went into the bathroom, locked it, and prepared ourselves for anything to happen. We said Bloody Mary 3 times and waited. Hearing nothing, and figured we had to say it 13 times. Around the 8th or 9th time we said it, we were interrupted by the saddest and most desperate sobbing coming from a woman. The sound came from behind a shower curtain. It sounded like someone who had just experienced a painful loss. We looked at each other, and he elbowed me to check it. To which I fearfully tore the shower curtain open, finding nothing. The sound had stopped when I got closer to the shower anyway, and I always figured I either had a close call or my brother was just messing with me. However, I do wonder how he would have made such a sound without the help of smartphones or speakers that we have today. I find that interesting, especially with the weeping woman theory.
What?
So I wonder if there's some
in the shower. I know that's not necessarily
water.
Yeah,
but there's water nearby. So I thought that one was interesting. This next person, this one is Poncho Academy. She says, or he, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. He said, yeah, didn't he really hear about Bloody Mary till I was in high school, which doesn't really make sense since I was into all things paranormal. So I'm feeling like I just never paid much attention to it till a friend was telling me about it. I can't remember her story, but it did intrigue me enough to give it a try. When I got home, I went into the bathroom, said Bloody Mary twice, and got major butterflies in my stomach. I kind of laughed it off how nervous I was being over something so stupid and went about my evening. After dinner, when I went to take my shower as a joke, I decided to look into the mirror and say it a 3rd time, then hopped in the shower. After a bit, the lights went out and the shower curtain rod slammed to the floor. I freaked out and ran straight out of the apartment through the front door screaming, and my mom ran after me and dragged me back inside. I didn't want to tell her what happened. She takes stuff like this very seriously about not inviting the dead or spirits, and we've both had experiences. So I knew she would kill me. But we went to the bathroom, the lights were on, shower curtain was on the floor, but she assumed I broke the rod when I ran out of the bathroom. I don't think it was actually Bloody Mary though. I feel like it was some sort of spirit taking advantage of my intent to make contact. That was the first and very last time I tried to do anything like that. Nothing extra happened after that, just the usual stuff I dealt with. So I think that person
she dealt with stuff.
Yeah, is spot on.
Yeah.
With what I was thinking, you know. So, all right. Where is the next one? Okay. This person, it looks like their account is deleted, so I don't have the name, but it says, I did it once when I was younger by myself before bedtime. Perfect timing, naturally. Nothing happened, but when I went to bed that night, I ended up having a really vivid dream. In that dream, I was in my bedroom, and the wallpaper on the wall started melting, and I hear a woman laughing nonstop. I tried to run out of the bedroom, but the doorknob went missing. I turned around and noticed something in my small mirror by my bed. I ended up smashing the mirror, which actually woke up to the same mirror on the floor, and my hand was cut. So that, and see, that's where I was talking about, make a note of that Queen Mary was burning people at the stakes, and this person in their dream, the walls started melting. And I was like, that's interesting. Very interesting.
Also, sucky they broke their mirror.
Don't want to do that.
Nope.
Don't want to do that.
Nope. Hope you had some...
Yeah.
Hope everything's...
That is kind of alarming since this is the deleted version. Hopefully they're okay.
No, don't say that.
Hopefully they're okay. I don't know.
That's my scared. Grab my boobs. That's scared.
Okay, so this person is Little Red Hen 58.
I like your name.
Yes, very cute. When I was in second grade in 1972, I was in the girls' restroom in the stall doing my thing, when all of a sudden the lights go off. I hear the popular girls saying Bloody Mary over and over. They giggle, then chicken out and run out of the restroom, leaving me sitting alone in the dark. They didn't know I was in there, I guess. I finish and slowly peeked out. I begin to walk in the dark trying to find the light switch, fumbling when all of a sudden the lights turn on. No one was standing by the switch. There's a faucet that turns on. I wash my hands and say, "Thanks, Mary." As soon as I walk out, those same girls rush up to me and ask if I was alone in the dark and if I saw anything weird. I told them no, because they would never have believed me anyways.
I love how she's like, "Thanks, Mary."
Thanks, Mary.
Well, I mean, Mary turned the lights back on.
Yeah, she's not the one that was trying to summon them. And this one is from JVM0. Says, "Oh yes, I have one. Back in elementary school, I walked into the third grade bathroom. Each grade level had a separate wing and bathroom, and saw a group of girls checking in all the stalls and talking excitedly. I asked what they were doing. They said they were about to play Bloody Mary. Having recently heard about this game and out of curiosity, I asked if I could stay and watch. They said yes. They closed the door, turned off the lights, and chanted the name 7 times while turning around facing the rows of mirrors. We turned to look towards the sound of the stall door in the furthest back corner, shaking, banging, moving in an abnormal, impossible manner. Not opening and closing as a bathroom stall door should, but rapidly back and forth from top to bottom.
Oh my God.
Through this side slat of the door, I saw a female with dark hair and a long, dark burgundy dress. My knees wobbled like jello. It actually felt like time had slowed and we were all frozen in our spots for what felt like an eternity, until someone screamed and time returned to us. We all ran screaming outside of the bathroom and stopped to catch our breath, then started talking about what we had just seen. Some passerby students stopped to listen, and there were a mixture of disbeliefs and fearfulness. A nearby teacher had to calm us. She said this was nonsense. This is why it's discouraged to play these games. She insisted we go back inside to investigate so she could prove there was nothing there. Some refused and some agreed. Those of us who did, the initial group plus a few newcomers, cautiously went back in. The teacher started opening all the stall doors. All of them were empty. No one was in any of them. She said either another student must have been part of it all along as a setup, or was in the stall overhearing the plan and intentionally scared us and ran out after we all did. We had to tell her no one was in any of the stalls aside from the group. They had checked all the stalls beforehand. We told her we'd ran out and stopped right outside the entrance, and so it was impossible that anyone could have left without us seeing them. She said no one was to use that bathroom for the rest of the day without a staff member present, and anyone caught playing this game again, even heard mentioning the name Bloody Mary, was going to be in trouble. It was banned throughout the entire school. The door and especially the dress are scenes I keep remembering. As I got older, I recalled it was a reminiscent of something worn in earlier centuries. So I thought that one was interesting. A burgundy long,
that is
old century dress.
Interesting. Do you know where they were based out of?
I don't. It didn't say.
I wonder if they're in England, because that would be interesting. You know,
it would be.
That's very
but
interesting.
I was
that's
like,
cool.
well, that's kind of interesting. So with the melting walls from the one dream that person had, and then seeing a woman in a long burgundy dress.
I could definitely see Mary Tudor not being at rest because of how her life, she was very obsessed. And she thought she was pregnant and she thought she was going to actually have that throne, but it ended up being uterine cancer. And so what she thought she was pregnant with was actually a tumor. And then it killed her. Could you imagine? Like she must have unrest with that,
100%.
like not going on kind of thing. So I think that's interesting. Because I could definitely see when her obsession was like, I have to keep this throne, and it still took her out. Like she couldn't control it with all her cruelty that she had.
Yeah, 100%. So I find it interesting. Do I think the Mary the First is out here?
No,
I don't.
I don't think she's going to.
I think it's an interesting coincidence, though. Maybe, I guess coincidence you could call it that. I don't know. Because I highly doubt these young kids are really aware of like who Mary the First and her connection to Bloody Mary are. So I can't see them like just making it up. So it is an interesting coincidence.
I think I am 100% now on board with the fact that mirrors are portals. You're doing a ritual.
Yes.
A ritual. Which is always, if you have a ritual, it opens things up.
Yes.
So you're doing a ritual. You could have somebody in your group that is a portal themselves or a conduit, right? And then that just, all those things come into play. And then a spirit's like, yeah, I'm coming through. I'm going to mess with you guys. I'm going to have fun.
100%.
Because with your stories, they're not, like, none of them have hurt anybody.
No.
One goes and turns the light on and water. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just interesting that, like, they're just messing with them. They're not...
Yeah.
You know.
And also there's another thing to be said too. They're teenage girls most of the time. And a lot of things, I think your mind is very powerful. And sometimes I think you can literally trick yourself into being like, I saw this. When you more than likely probably didn't. You know, you can definitely... You know, you go in.
Some can definitely be that.
Some can be, but I think a lot of the times you're going in with an expectation and then they're seeing that expectation.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
they're like, oh,
yeah. So that's
cool. Let's
my
make this
thought.
happen.
Right, right.
You know, so no,
just like the witch trials.
Don't even get me started on those.
Have you?
We have not. I have not covered them. I should.
Oh yes,
I really should.
Oh yes. Oh my God, how have we not?
I don't know. Should I take that on?
Yes.
Okay. That's just a history. Yes. And it's creepy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely not burning witches, I'll tell you that. Or hanging witches.
Nope.
That was people. And that was also corruption. Oh, now I'm excited because I know all about it. I'm so excited. Okay. Yes, I will cover it. Although on the next one, I'm going to cover some Japanese ghosts.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. And then I will start my work on the witch trials.
Awesome. Okay. I'll have to figure out my next one. I feel like I had a weird accent there.
Yeah, my next one.
I gotta figure out.
You're like Canadian, then you're country all of a sudden. You're
there's a lot of weird things happening today.
Tired.
I'm tired.
I'm real tired.
I'm about to make a name for myself. That's me tonight when I make my chicken.
I'm excited.
My lemony
Your
mushroom
creamy
chicken.
Moment, potatoes.
Oh, so good.
Give me that creamy moment.
So freaking good. So that's what we're going to go do now, guys.
Well, I have to say, I found this vastly interesting.
Me too. I'm going to say, like, at the beginning of my research, I was kind of like, well, this is going to be kind of boring. But I think it was not.
No,
I think it was pretty fascinating. I think it's... I don't believe that there is a Bloody Mary, but I do believe in the lore.
And I believe spirits
mirrors
know the lore.
They do.
And they like to have fun. But I do believe in mirrors. And once I put that connection together, I don't...
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what that was.
It's my mind blowing.
I have one more thing to leave everybody off with that has been on my mind. So bad. It's so random, and I'm apologizing now. You know how I feed the squirrels?
Yeah.
And we give them various different kinds of nuts. They really like cashews. And so the other day I was like, why don't you ever see like shelled cashews? Do you know where cashews come from? I am going to show you what they grow on.
Don't they have shells though?
They do.
Okay.
But.
Is it on a tree?
Kind of. Here, it's on a flower.
I think nuts are a lot of times on a tree. Yeah, walnut tree,
So,
a Brazilian nut tree.
This is how they grow. It's called the cashew apple. It's on like a fruit that you cannot eat. It's not edible. The shell, it looks just like the cashew. See how it's like on the bottom?
Yeah.
Guys, you need to look this up as I'm explaining it. So it's the shell that you take off on the inside is an oily, toxic substance. So that's why we don't have shelled cashews, because
it's toxic.
So I was like, oh.
That's so interesting.
Isn't that so weird? Because I was like, why can't you buy shelled cashews? And
for a second, I was like, yeah, you can, but that's pistachios.
Right.
Oh,
they love pistachios.
I love them myself.
They love them.
Love them myself.
They're good.
I'll eat them.
Yes.
Sorry, milk.
Wow.
I'm hungry.
Brazilian nuts are my favorite.
Okay, I love Brazilian nuts, but to fucking crack them is insane.
Yeah, I don't buy them in the shell.
I know. My mom at Christmas time,
my grandma
got the mixed nuts.
My grandma does too.
And they're my favorite.
I know.
They're so like buttery and
God.
creamy and delicious. To crack those suckers, fuck them.
It's work.
I'm like,
it's so much work. But anyway, that's my random thought.
Here's my random thought. Now that we're talking about nuts.
Oh,
the easiest nut to crack is the walnut when you get out of that mix of nuts.
Oh, yes. If you could hit it right in the perfect spot.
And I would eat so many of them, but my mouth would burn so bad.
Are you allergic?
I think I might be.
Mine gets like weird nummy feeling. It
I get
burn.
that too, but it burns first. Yeah.
I feel like you might be allergic.
I might be.
That's not normal.
I might be. I don't know, but I would just, because they were so easy to crack with like, nya, 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 and then my mouth would just be burning.
Oh, mine gets numb. But you know what ones are surprisingly, I think might be harder than the Brazilian nut?
What?
The acorn. The little acorn. Is it an acorn?
What?
The little circle one, not an acorn. The circle. Is it a
I know what
hazelnut?
Hazelnut.
Yes.
I'm old.
What is that?
That's like a gorilla.
The hazelnut? Because sometimes it's too small and you can't.
And it won't even do it.
No.
You're just like, please. Please. And they're so yummy.
Oh my God, I
hazelnuts
know.
in there. The
you know
worst
what?
part are the almonds. I'm sorry. I like almonds.
I love almonds.
But in the mix of nuts, when you're trying to crack them,
I
I just hate
they're
it.
hard.
Yeah, it's worse.
Also, we found out the squirrels are not fans of macadamia nuts for whatever reason. I'm like, why? I don't think they like when they're not in a shell, which is weird.
I mean, probably because they don't trust it.
I think that's what it is. Because even if I give them like peanuts and they're like slightly opened, they discard them. And I'm like,
maybe that's bad. They're like, oh, this is not going to be fresh.
Yeah.
They're smart little squirrels.
They are.
Squirrels after my own heart, because you know how I feel about freshness.
They're so cute and they're getting so chunky. And it makes me so happy. There's one that is so chunky. He's got little titties that like
little titties.
when he runs down the tree, and I'm just like, oh, it's Chunkers.
Oh my God.
He's my favorite. And there's one-eyed Jack. He has one eye, and he's so.
I had to put Macchiato on away from his treats now.
Oh no,
he's gotten so fat, and now he just lays and eats his lettuce. So I'm like, no, he can't have. And then he scrapes at my leg if I don't give him a treat, and I have it. So he started trying to nip at my leg, but not in me. And he's like, and so I just go to pick him up, and he's like, ah! But yeah, I'm like, you can't have treats for a while. He literally, I caught him over there. He was just laying there eating his lettuce. I'm like, no,
you're like, this isn't okay.
You don't. You're too comfortable.
Oh my God. Okay, guys.
This was a fun one.
Sorry to go off on that tangent of nuts and squirrels and bunnies.
And burning nuts in my mouth.
Yep. Oh. Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's done.
Have a good one.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye, guys.
And we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.